How are some Caribbean countries managing the COVID-19 pandemic in their respective territories? While it seems some are doing all they can to fight the disease, others, it appears, are a bit more nonchalant. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the authorities there are not keen on taking any drastic measures like most countries have in tackling the spread of the virus. Vincentian journalist and media consultant Jerry George, while speaking on a recent edition of Let's Talk St. Kitts and Nevis on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, believes the Prime Minister has not been proactive in tackling the health crisis.
You've done very little in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in keeping with what has been demanded, recommended by the World Health Organization. So, for example, we basically have not closed our borders. There is no lockdown, no shutdown, no nothing. The Prime Minister says he thinks that moving to a thing like a lockdown and stuff is lazy. Said that last week he didn't see that it was necessary. The Prime Minister of Grenada, Dr. Keith Mitchell, found reason to have a problem with it because, as you know, St. Vincent shares the Grenadines with Grenada. Mm-hmm. And basically Grenada has been on lockdown for about over a week now. They first had a curfew and then they went to a lockdown. And what the Prime Minister is saying is that, basically the movement between the Grenadine Islands is compromising the rest of Grenada, which it is.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the response has been completely opposite. Trinidad journalist Kiran Maharaj said the government has done a good job in tackling the crisis and has put measures in place to help cushion the economic fallout from COVID-19.
They have dipped into our Heritage and Stabilization Fund, which was a pool of money that was set up because of our oil reserves and revenue. And that money was always supposed to help take care of the country, not just in a time of need, but go towards the development of the country. They've dipped into it again this time, and they've also decided to advance certain measures. So, for instance, in Trinidad, if you are in a low-income bracket and you have a lot of dependents in your household, the government here gives you an allowance for food every month that goes towards groceries. So it's like a debit card. It's called a food card. They have given people an advance of money on that card. They have introduced a salary relief fund. So if you are unemployed at this point in time and you have no way of earning income because one of the businesses you belong to has been shut, you can apply for that salary relief. And so those are the kinds of things they are doing to try to keep people, to give them a peace of mind.
In Jamaica, journalist Zara Burton explains that the authorities there have won plaudits for how they have responded to the pandemic and are pushing to increase coronavirus testing.
We have ramped up testing. At first, the government was not. The criticism was that the government was not testing enough, which is why Jamaica's numbers looked so small in comparison to a population, for instance, like Trinidad and Tobago, that's 1.3 million versus Jamaica's 2.8. So there was that criticism, and what we have noticed is that the Jamaican government has started to ramp up the numbers that they have started to test, and so you are seeing our numbers rise in tandem.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.